Hey everybody, Hardtekticon's back, and I am bringing you a brand new movie figure from the new Transformers Studio series, and it is Crowbar, and we have a black SUV coming right at ya! Alright, so those who are not in the know, Hasbro and Takara has teamed up and made a new movie series of figures that they're claiming is going to be in scale, and they're a little notch higher than the past movie figures. And this is my first one. It is Crowbar. He is one of the three dreads we saw in Transformers: Dark of the Moon, and we only got one figure of the dreads. It was Crankcase, and then we got another figure of Crankcase in the fifth movie, Transformers: The Last Night, but no Crowbar, and the only hatchet we got was actually a Cyberburst figure, this one, and it's not a SUV. It's not a SUV at all, but hey, that's what happens. So they are filling out a little bit more of the figures that we did not get. In the first wave, we're getting Bumblebee, Ratchet, Crowbar, and Stinger. And we also have Starscream and Revenge of the Fallen Optimus as Voyagers. And then the real big surprise was Leader Class Blackout and a entirely brand new, not a remold, but a brand new, much bigger, much better Grimlock. You just check it out. But so far I've only seen the deluxes and the Voyagers in stores, and the only ones I'm wanting is this one because I've already got a Stinger. It was the Takara version, and I also got Voyager Starscream, who is a upscale of the Transformers Dark of the Moon deluxe figure of Starscream. But it's mainly about Crowbar, so let's take a look at him. First of all, he's obviously one of the members of the Treads. He's a member of the Dreads. His treads are just hanging out the back like bad exhaust fumes. He's not. He goes like this. Excuse me. So yeah, but vehicle mode's all right. Take a close look at it. It is a black SUV, and he's got a big old purple Decepticon symbol, which takes away the whole robots in disguise matter. But that's a whole joke, anyways. It's kind of a shell formery figure, and I don't really care for the little gray parts right there, but and it is kind of, you just gotta kind of crunch everything together, and that's what it looks like on the underneath. He does come with two accessories. It is the same exact accessories that came with the Last Night Berserker, which was just another crankcase. But on Crankcase, here I got Crankcase and vehicle mode right here, they store under the vehicle. On Crowbar, they store on the side. And mine are a little warped from the package, but I think it will be easy enough to straighten them out. But yeah, so that's what it looks like with his weapons on. I really would not want to get in a crash with this guy. Jackknife. See, that would be a good name for a dread, Jackknife. You would have Hatchet. Wait, no. You would have Crowbar, Crankcase, and instead of Hatchet, Jackknife. Or maybe make it a fourth character. But there's not much I can say else about this figure. Let's take a look at the colors. We got kind of a white, off-white, with just a tinge of blue in it for the lights. Chevy symbol, siren, red light things, light bar, whatever you call them. Dark blue windows, purple Decepticon symbol, gray spot, red rear lights, and another Chevrolet symbol, and really unhealthy exhaust. So with that said, let's do some quick comparisons. I can't find my Dark of the Moon crankcase, guys, so I just can't compare them to crankcase, to Dark of the Moon crankcase, but I can compare them to the Last Night crankcase, aka Berserker. And I mean, I'm having a lot of trouble telling, but it seems like the shell is the same shell. The only difference is like the colors are just slightly off from each other. Let's take a close look here. You can tell which one is which with the bad exhaust. But yeah, I believe it's the same shell. So they did kind of give us a remold in a way. The body I don't think is a remold, but you know, we'll take a look at it later and you can make your own decision. So here we have the two SUV dreads in vehicle mode, and here we have flying in like he's not supposed to, Hatchet, who's supposed to be some kind of quadruped type of feller. So there's the three dreads. So technically, in the same way that I have all three of the monster pots given the little Titan Master, I have all three dreads too, given this Cyberverse Commander figure. Oh, look at that. I took the wrong figure off. So, there we have Crowbar. Let's get him transformed. Transformation is pretty easy as long as you're not trying to transform him back into vehicle mode. That gets a little sloppy. But I like to come back here and get things a little loose. I kind of did it wrong. Spread these pieces apart. And just kind of start unfolding what is going to become his legs out. Go ahead and just kind of pull whatever you want off, I guess. Okay, you see these. Let's see, how does this work? Yeah, these are over the legs, so you got to kind of do that. But this part is part of the legs. Oh, and right there's a tab right there. So undo that. I didn't do that properly. And you know, you can see how I'm saying it's a shell former. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting out of frame. But yeah, you can go ahead and start. Where are we at here? Oh yeah, we're still trying to get this loose. There's a little peg right here that goes right in there, and that's what I was having trouble with. So for this, you just gotta, I mean, the instructions are going to tell you to do it one particular way, but the best thing to do is just do your best. Just do the best you can. Now, one thing that does help is you can take this part right here and it accordions in. So that's a lot neater. And you just, like I said, try and straighten it out the best you can. Go ahead and get his dreads right here. Fold it down. And this one can go over the backpack chunk. It's more fun that way. If I can get this thing to work right. See, the main problem here is this part right here. His waist is hinged. And if you want him straight, you have less room for the backpack. There we go. I think I got something halfway decent. Go ahead and fold the feet up like that. Leg came off and there's some dogs barking outside. So straighten the legs up, fold the feet up. You want these panels down, and then you're going to take this wheel under his foot. Well, okay, you don't want it under his toe. There we go. just like that. So we got the legs all done. Pretty cool feet there, claw claw. And from here it looks like he's just doing like a pretty girl yawn stretch. So you just bring his arms down, straighten them up. You got a fist in his forearm with like a little bit of a peg right here to grab. Okay. And mine is a little tight. A little bit more than a little. Let's see here. There we go. Now we got it out. There we go. Fold those little SUV windows down on both arms. That one was already done by accident. And from here, it's just kind of a matter of posing them how you want. But as a completed, transformed figure, he is pretty cool. There we go. Oh, kind of straighten his head up. And there we go. We have Crankcase. Excuse me, Crowbar. And man, I gotta say that Crowbar is looking pretty awesome in robot mode. First of all, let's get the coolest part out of the way. Let's get a good look at that noggin the best we can. His head sculpt is amazing. Look at those big old walrus tusks, just backwards or upside down. It's got 8 eyes like an arachnid. Great, great head sculpt. And the rest of him looks very, very intimidating too. I mean, got those feet. Look at those claws. I mean, that's pretty movie accurate. I recently watched Dark of the Moon, so I remember what it looks like. And just so you know, there is a robot in 5 last night that looks extremely similar to him, but it's not Hatchet. I don't believe it's Hatchet. I think they called him Dreadbot. So maybe it was Hatchet. Maybe they just changed their name. It was Dreadbot and Berserker instead of... I kept on saying Hatchet, didn't I? Instead of Crowbar and... Crowbar. Oh my god, these names are all blending together. Crowbar and Crankcase. So... But yeah, he is really, really cool looking. His face has got quite a bit of color on it. It's got that real dark, almost black color with a gunmetal gray with the red eyes. And that design follows as you go down. You got the gunmetal gray with some red and the really dark, almost black color. Kind of a spray fade on the hands. Some more red on the kneecaps, gray crotch, and let's see if I can fix this. Ugh, it just ain't working too well. Gray crotch and legs, and a little bit more of a silver color here along the legs, the calves or whatever, and a slightly different color of silver on the feet than the gunmetal gray. So yeah, looking really cool. And of course he's got his crazy dreads. Just, man. Just really, really crazy dreads. These 5 dreads are actually articulated. So you can have them how you want. You know, blowing through the wind, all Fabio, Dreadio, whatever you want to call them. And he's got these dreads back here. So yeah. So I guess maybe Dreadbot was proper. Even though even though Hatchet, Crowbar, and Crankcase was supposed to die in Dark of the Moon, but Then we got old, where is he? Barricade here. Who was supposed to die in all the movies, except for part 4, and always came back. But we're going to do some comparisons later. Since I already brought up the articulation of the dreads, let's go through full articulation. The head is on this weird ball joint with this extra piece right here, if you could see it. Gives you a lot of articulation for the head, make him go like this. But so yeah, you can easily do 360 around the world. His arms at the shoulder go up and down for transformation, but you could also, give him some higher shoulders or something like that. The other end of the shoulders are on a ball joint, so they can do 360. Then you got just a regular up and down rotation for the elbow, and a little bit of articulation in the hands for transformation, moving in and out. Again, you have that articulation at right here, at the waist, just back and forth, up and down. Ball jointed thighs, and rotations lower at the thighs. Bendy up and down knee, and a little bit of articulation with the feet, going up and down, a little bit up and way down. And that's it for articulation. So his weapons, which another fun fact, these weapons were in Dark of the Moon. They had a 4-way showdown with the remaining 2 dreads and Sideswipe and Ironhide. Just so you know what you have to do. Put them in their hand, make sure the hands are all the way back. There we go. Put them in their hand and get them just a little past right there into, or right up against a car piece right there, and that way they will stay. And put, so like that. Otherwise they fall out really easy. But yeah, so the 4 decided to drop the gun so they didn't have a big old blowout. And then these guys, both of them, these parts came kind of out of their back from their shoulders, and they reached back there and threw them at them. Ironhide got hit by one. For the few people who are interested but have not seen the movie, it's either a matter of you've seen it or you hate it. For most people, at least, I'm assuming. But yeah, so there he is with his crazy Spike Club throwing weapons. And now that we got him weaponed up, let's do some comparisons. First of all, the most obvious comparison we need to do is with Berserker, aka Crankcase. Gotta get it right now. Gotta get it right. So as you can see, they're very similar in a lot of ways and very different in a lot of ways. They have very, very similar excuse me, paint jobs, and they have the same exact weapons, but they got different head sculpts, they got different torso sculpts. I think the crotch piece, let me get that straightened up here a little bit more. I think the crotch piece is the same. And I think that's where the similarity is in. I think it's the shell and the crotch piece are the only similarities between them. Yep. I'm going to say that's it. So, here we got 2 of the dreads. Let's fill it out with the quadruped dread. Now in the movie, Hatchet, this one, looked pretty much very similar to these 2 guys, just if one of these guys was a quadruped and had a tail. But beyond that, he just looked like one of those 2 guys. So there's those. Oh, real quick, in case you have Crankcase from Dark of the Moon and you got this weapon, and you're wondering if one of the weapons would fit in their hands. Here, I'm trying to do something. Bam! Powerful weapon. It does not. It just falls out. And same thing with Crowbar. Yeah, still I could find the weapon, but I couldn't find the figure, huh? Well, he can kind of... No, he can't. He can't hold it at all. So let's give him his club weapon back, and they just will be melee fighters. So maybe these are the real original Super Smash Brothers. And then Nintendo sued me. There we go. So here we have all the dreads. And let's show them off with some more Dark of the Moon figures. Or at least characters from Dark of the Moon. Like I was showing earlier, here we have him with old Barricade, who just won't die, just won't go away. Here we have him with Soundwave, which I couldn't get the original Japanese version, but I got the repaint, which just is him as Sound Blaster. Really great figure. Here he is with Shockwave. And finally, with Lord Megatron. And just for fun, let's do kind of a group shot here. So we got Megatron and Shockwave in the background. Put him more in the foreground here. Split these guys up. Oh, come on now. Come on now. And in case you're wondering and you actually don't know, this gun that Megatron comes with, that is from Transformers 4 Invasion Optimus, who had stolen it from Megatron and was using it on his own while bad guy humans were going after him because they were joiks. Joiks. Oh, he's having trouble standing for some reason. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there we got Megatron and Shockwave, and then we're going to put Barricade somewhere over here. Maybe where you can see him. And then we'll put, I guess, Soundwave over here. And then we got Crankcase. And finally, Hatchet. And there, minus Starscream, and if you want to consider him, Sentinel Prime, that's most of the Decepticons from Transformers 3. Of course, we don't have that big old giant spinny grindy worm, but what you gonna do? So, I believe that's it, yeah. Alright, so that was my Transformers review for the Studio Series Crowbar. Got it right, yeah. And I am Hardtekticon, and I will see y'all next time.